Hello. How are y'all? Damn, we got 30 people in the room already. So yeah, if y'all are looking for the Real Housewives of New York episode 3 review, that will be up tomorrow afternoon. Okay. I just needed to chill today and I wanted to listen to that Carlos King and the Nene Leakes interview, part 2. How y'all doing? I'll let some people to get into the room, but I was like, here we go, going through the same thing. Like contradictions, more ass kissing. I'm just like, oh my God. It was hard to get through that review, y'all. I mean, that interview. It really was. I'm just like, Jesus. I mean, of course, I got a Carlos King and Nene Leakes. I have to get through that voice that he does. Oh, and we will get to the crying. We will get to the crying too. But hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Hey, everyone. Nene is so pressed that she asked Andy not to bring her name up, and he actually did it, and she is bothered. I agree. I agree. We're going to wait till 100 people are in the room, and we're going to get it started. I feel like, we already got 60. So tell a kin, tell a friend, and tell that heifer you hate. Shout out to Alex. And yes, Pop Roast will be back this week. Okay. Last week was my birthday. It was a bit of a whirlwind. So Alex was just like, enjoy your birthday. We'll come back. And plus, we got an ad to do this week. So we have to. So yeah, there's that. Pop Roast will be back. Oh, the suffering succotash king. And hello, new people to the chat. If you're not familiar with me, I am C Diggy1. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever Elon is doing. Threads sometimes. I need Threads to like pick it up a little bit. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe to a ninja, please. Please. Okay, so I'm looking at my notes right now from the interview. There was a lot to take away from it. I will say, I think, which part of the interview did y'all like? Did y'all like part 1 better or part 2? Because I will say, even though Nene gets on my nerves, again, this is for the Nene lovers in the room. I still think Nene Leakes is an icon. She is the best housewife of all time. Atlanta, she did put it on the map. But other than that, she's a narcissist. She contradicts herself a lot. And what else? Like, she gets in her own way. She's a self-saboteur. That's what I think. Because she should be bigger than what she is right now, but she gets into her own way. I'm not sure as big as Kim Kardashian, but hey, we will get into that too. Let's see. I asked y'all, like, what part did y'all like more? Let's see. It was a juicy interview. I'll give Carlos King that. I'll give him that. Yeah, part 2 had some of the things that we really wanted to know. Like, I feel like some of the things that, like, part 1, it was shit that I already knew. Can I curse this early in the video? YouTube, they be on something. Hey, Chris, Nene still hasn't taken any accountability. I wish she would stop bashing everyone. Exactly. Like, she keeps saying, I done this for you. I done this for you. But these girls, they don't do nothing for me. Roll the footage. Roll the footage. That's the thing with these reality stars and their big ass egos. Like, do they not know that we've been watching them? We've been watching you. I don't get it. Anyway, why does Carlos keep crying? I don't know. I do not know. So I had some notes for this interview, but I was looking on Twitter, and shout out to Jay's reality blog. Like, they really like just took all like the important cliff notes. So we're gonna go through it. We have 98 people in the room. We just need 2 more to get it started. Let's get it started. Ooh, I hate that Black Eyed Peas song. Um, Chris, Nene is the typical bully who plays perpetual victim. She really thinks we have amnesia. Yes. She thinks she did nothing wrong. Nothing. I just wanted her to say just some accountability. And the contradictions galore. Like Candy isn't a star, yet you would have her on your fantasy Housewives of Atlanta for season 16. Okay, so we have 100 people in the room. So let's get it started, y'all. So first, they went into the lawsuit, and I knew as soon as they got into it, Nene was going to say, "Oh, well, I can't talk about this. I mean, it's still ongoing." We knew that. We knew that. But it says here, she was always open and willing to sit down to have a conversation and work things out. But you called him a racist and a cokehead. Like you started out with that. You didn't say let's sit down. And there was a reason why none of the housewives that are currently on Bravo weren't on your side. You were on some BS cap, like the kids are saying these days. Y'all know that I just found out what cap meant. Like I think about a year, probably like a year ago. Anyway, what did y'all think about that? Like she wanted to have this sit down. I don't know. She just hit the button. She went nuclear fast. Oh, and speaking of which, she was offered 6 episodes to return for season 13. When asked why she was only getting 6, they told her because she was unhappy. Clearly, that's what I think they left out because Carlos King didn't challenge her at all during this interview. Where were the challenging questions? Like, I really wanted to know, like one question that Carlos King could have asked is, do you think Andy Cohen is a racist? Yes or no? Yes or no? We didn't even get that. But yeah, she said that she was offended that they only gave her 6 episodes. Do you not remember the season 12 reunion? When you did this? When you did that? Do you not remember that? You quit in the middle of the reunion. And then Bravo was doing you a favor by giving you 6 episodes and giving you maybe the friend of treatment. It's the ego for me. It's the ego. Because they tore her up in that season 12 reunion. I mean, Kenya was doing it. Candy, I'm on your motherfucking brain, bitch. Like, does she think we don't remember that? And then I think she wasn't happy. You know, like Nene needs an ensemble cast to work with. And I do think she's a star, but just on her own, like if she would have had a spin-off show, she would have had it by now. But Nene is great with an ensemble cast. She needs someone to play off of. Like she needs a whole show. Nene needs. Because she needs a lot of things. Nene needs. I need to patent that idea. Nene. Anyway, let me just see what y'all talking about. Basically, no one is a star except her. Girl, the show made you. Kenya and Candy was popular before the show. Speak on it. Shout out to Candy. Oh, and speaking of speak on it, let me just shout out my girl Bondi Blue, representing Fanola. You know, Candy, if you're watching, you know, I'll come on too. I'm just as unfiltered. We New Orleans people, we speak our minds. So ain't no ass kissing over here. Like everything I said about Candy, like I still respect Candy, but everything I said about Candy, I can say on Speak On It too. Like she has there's a respect I have for Candy. Like anyway, congratulations to Bondi. That was just amazing. I enjoyed it so much. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was really good. I even messaged Candy. She messaged me back. I was like, thank you. Like, this was a good speak on it. Like, I love that you support the Black content creators. I really do. But yes, sorry, y'all. I be ranting. Let's see. Billy Porter said they used to do coke at the Roxy together, so Nene wasn't entirely wrong. I mean, That's fine and all, but you the one that wants your job back at Bravo. You the one that missed that $3 million check. So which is it? He didn't want to push her. You could tell. I mean, weren't they beefing before? I honestly think Andy was trying to help her. Much like Dorinda and Vicky, the audience was near turning on her to the point of no return. Yes, people forget that. You can tell how delusional Nene is because it's another slap in the face to Bravo to do an interview with the former producer that made up that lie about Candy. Now, that's allegedly. But hey, yes, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Nene was on College Hill, and it was Stacey Dash who got all the press, and she wasn't even most of the season. True. The thing is, like, I just don't understand, like, she thought, like, the way she said treatment, like, it was just the treatment. I wanted fair treatment. And, you know, like, I wasn't getting the treatment I deserved, like, as far as the treatment that other housewives get. The treatment. Like, she said treatment at least 15 times in one sentence. The treatment. I think Nene and her fans forget the lawsuit is not just against Andy Cohen. She will never be able to work with NBC or any of its affiliates. Correct. She sued the network as well as Andy Cohen. Nene is mad that Cynthia is booked, busy, and in good with Bravo. What Lifetime movies is Nene doing? Now check that. I don't fully believe that statement about her and Ryan Murphy being in a good place. Right, because, I mean, I feel like Ryan Murphy takes care of, you know, the certain actors that he loves, you know? Let's see. Every time she made a good point, she and Carlos threw some extra sauce on it to paint Nene as the perfect one in every situation. Exactly, because Nene, she was saying some truths. We will get to it. But she made some sense. But it all went back to, oh, they were doing this to me. The powers that be. They. Like, it was just always they. And to my next point, Nene fumbled the bag, and it was all because of her ego. Like, I just want some accountability. That's all I want. That's all I want. Anyway, let's see. She feels like Bethany can say anything, but if she was to say the exact same thing, she would be the one getting criticized for it. Half true. Because again, she did bring up the things we were saying, like, oh, well, Teresa, she put her hands on Andy Cohen. Now, come on now. Like, didn't the producer or the cameraman that she hit, didn't he have to go to the hospital? Did Andy Cohen have to go to the hospital when Teresa threw him down in that chair? Like, that's not, that's a false equivalence, Nene. It was something else, some comparison that she made, but it's just like, look at your behavior. Like, you were already unhappy on the show. Like, I can only imagine if she was still on there and how much they break the fourth wall now. Like, Nene was a diva on set. If things didn't go her way, or if all the girls were like ganging up on her, like, she would walk off. So I don't get it. She wasn't happy, but yet she wants to go back on the show if the fans want it. I don't get it. I don't. Like, what do y'all think about that? Like, I know Bethany has been saying some, you know, some things that make sense, but just like Nene, they both have an inflated sense of ego. They really do. And at the end of the day, I mean, they are stars. They are reality stars, but Bravo did make them. Bravo did make them stars, the stars that they are. Let's see. Nene and Carlos clearly prepared for the interview because comparing Nene to Kim Kardashian was completely left field. That's what I was wondering. Nene said the girls that don't have my complexion. Nene is upset that Sutton hired Cynthia as the first celebrity designer for her Sutton brand. I heard about that. Shout out to Cynthia because she's going to be on 2 franchises coming up, like Atlanta next week and Beverly Hills. She was okay with all of Bravo's antics when she was Andy's favorite and benefited from it. Right, because she keeps saying she helped all these girls, but did she remember, like, roll the footage, please, when she wanted Phaedra off the show, Portia off the show, I think Sheree off the show, Cynthia. Like, what? What? It's just really, it's mind-boggling to me because you're insulting my intelligence. Like, we saw the season. You can't, I don't know. Nene fans in the chat, make it make sense to me. Oh, man, we have 175 people in the room. Please like the video. You know, I'm still a baby YouTuber. I only have 14,000 subscribers. I'm small compared to y'all faves. So, you know, if y'all want my video to get bigger, y'all got to like the video so I can get, you know, noticed or whatever. But anyway, let's continue. She says, Andy and Watch What Happens Live would not be successful without the Housewives franchise. That is true. That's true. Like, Andy wanted to be a star himself. Like, he basically is the face of the network at this point. Nene was the most, how did you say it? She was the most visited guest. She was the guest with the most appearances on Watch What Happens Live. I got it. Damn it, I don't have my water with me. I don't want to leave right now. I'm going to need some water, though, especially if we're going to be on here for like 30, 40 minutes. But, yeah, I agree with that. Like, Watch What Happens Live is, I want to say Nene was the first guest. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, in the chat. Because we all remember, good night, bye, wig, close your legs to marry men, trash box. Good night. I'm a beautiful drag queen, boo. Look, again, I love Nene Leakes like the reality star, but the person, she's a Sag, y'all. She's a Sag. Next up, sad that her and Andy are where they are right now. Hopes her and Andy can find their way back to each other. Find my way back. It's been good. I haven't heard that song in a minute, y'all, so don't crucify me. That was some BS right there. Cap. I just couldn't believe she said that. She wants to be in a better place. That's why I wanted to ask her, do you still think he's a racist then? Do you? If you want to sit down with him, like we think we can get past this. Like, you could have ruined this man's reputation, could have got him fired from the network. Like, you the one that needs to roll it back. Like, until she is like really held accountable by an actual interviewer and not an ass kisser, then yeah, nothing's going to move forward. She needs to do a public apology and recant her statements if she really wants to be back on Housewives of Atlanta. But hey, maybe her and Carlos could do something. And let's see what the numbers are like, since they know exactly what to do to fix Housewives of Atlanta then. Oh, we got 200 people in the room. Hi, y'all. Go grab your water. I'll wait. You know what? I'm going to get my water in a second. You know, I love these lives because y'all are a part of the conversation and I can see what y'all saying in real time. Not only did she call her boss in the network racist, she called him a cokehead, and she was also trying to get people to boycott Bravo altogether. Yes. Let's see. Oh, not my government name. Well, you didn't say Christopher, but yeah. Nene Leakes. Carlos King. So Nene, you are just like Kim Kardashian. He has a little scratch to his voice. Like, I'm kind of just over-exaggerating his voice, but so to tell me, Nene, you were that girl. Like, because there's no stars. There's starless. So we're going to play a game, Nene. We're going to play a game. So star or starless? Giselle Bryant, who he's had on her show and was saying that she's the force multiplier. Like, you know, it's just the contradictions for me on both of their ends. Do you think Andy will rehire Kim and Croy despite the RHOA cast saying they were uncomfortable with Kim? Well, we've heard from Candy on the red carpet invite Kim back. And even Nene, she said that, you know, there was a different level of rules for Kim, which we'll get into that next. Like, she wouldn't go on those cast trips or whatever. If she played ball, you know, with the cast, I think she could work. But I don't want her back on RHOA. I want her on Girls Trip. I don't know, because she's not really friends with those women. But Candy says she wouldn't mind Kim coming back. Oh, thank you for the tip. I'll be forgetting. So y'all, if y'all want to do a super chat, fine, I'm accepting that. Cash App, $CDiggy1 and Chris-Diggins. You know, tip a ninja, because look, YouTube, that check is once a month. Anyway, thank you, Davina Humphrey, for the super chat. When Watch What Happens Live come on, all the viewers are watching YouTube, so the show is not really needed now. Yes, but I do go back on and watch depending on the guest, Team Andy. Yeah, like he does have some good guests on there. Like next week, this Sunday, they're going to have Marlo and Bryn from Real Housewives of New York. Now, for y'all who watch the reboot, the Roni reboot, Bryn, she's the force multiplier on that show. So her and Marlo together, that's going to be a good one. Let me get some water, y'all, because look, for me to be talking like Carlos King, like you know, I need it. I'll be right back. Here we go. Going through the same thing. I love that Keisha Cole album. That is one of the albums that really helped me through a breakup. I guess my first and only breakup. I remember I always tell everybody this story. Like the 3 albums that got me through my breakup was I think Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, Keisha Cole, the Just Like You, and Alicia Keys' As I Am. Those are the 3 albums that I listen to nonstop. But anyway, enough of Chris's business. If you want to log into Chris's business, that's on the Patreon. It's only $4. You get 100 videos to look at of me telling my business and housewife rewinds and shit like that and movie reviews. It's patreon.com/cdiggy1. Oh, let's see. Yes, Carlos is so disingenuous with that Giselle Kobe. Did he really call her Giselle Kobe Bryant? Wow. Nonsense. She plays her role, but she is not the show. I don't want Nene or Kim on my screen. Well, damn. Also, you and Alex need to do a Pop Roast Extra. We did do a Pop Roast Extra. It was on Patreon. Like that's a Patreon exclusive, like where we're like completely unfiltered. Fact, we love the YouTube videos. Don't even watch the show. Well, okay. Nene is still going through legal issues with Bravo and MSNBC and thinks she will get back on the show. It's delusion. Nene pretends to care about racism, but she always wants shows with Kim, and now she wants back with her racist former boss. Icky to use real racism in that way when so many suffer. Yeah, I agree. Let's continue, y'all. I lost my spot. 1 second. I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I'm still getting these messages. She doesn't watch the show. Yeah, this was bullshit. She doesn't watch the show, only clips. She says they weren't entertaining, but understands why fans have reservations of her. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Marlo is bringing the most entertainment. She said that. She said if Marlo is bringing the most entertainment, then you need to find new wives. That was kind of a backhanded compliment. You know, like I do think Marlo is working. She's working on the show. Like, however you feel about Marlo, she's the one that's like causing the most conversation. Like, that's the thing. Like, Bravo pays attention to Twitter engagement, what everyone is talking about, like whether you disagree or agree or hate somebody. Like, Marlo has us talking and she's antagonizing it. Now, I don't agree how she's antagonizing Kenya and Candy, etc., but you know, she has people talking. But I just thought it was bullshit of Nene to say she don't watch the show, but she the one who brought up Moneta, not Carlos King. Like at the end, I think she caught herself when she said Moneta. Like she knew Moneta was a friend of. And she's like, oh, who's this the girl that runs track? You know Sonya. You know her. Like Nene watches the show. She does. Like I hate how she just wants to pretend like she's just so above it all. If anyone deserves the ego that Nene has, it's Candy. Because she's that bitch. Like the receipts don't lie. The paper don't lie. I don't know. It just gets on my nerves how Nene just be lying sometimes. She says Kenya is bored on the show because she doesn't have talent to work with. I will agree with that. Like Kenya says that I was saying in my last review, if you haven't, seen it, go look at it. But I said in my last review that I think Kenya, she's bored. She thinks she's above it all too now. And she doesn't want to spar with Courtney because she thinks Courtney isn't on her level. And I kind of, because Courtney has potential. She has potential, but she needs to really like get Kenya with the zinger. Because in the last episode, I was like, okay, the second time her and Kenya was going at it, I was like, I kind of see it. But anyway, Kenya has been a disappointment this season because we know she got it in her, but she does need somebody to go at it with. Let's see. The cast had meetings regarding Kim Zolciak not going on cast trips. I can see that. That's true. And I can see the wives at the time getting together, talking to production and Andy and the higher heads up, saying, "Listen, y'all have this expectation of us, but Kim don't got to do it. She's getting paid the same or more than some people, but she don't have to go on cast trips. She don't have to meet up. She can leave whenever she want." So yeah, I agree with that, like special privileges, but you still want to film with Kim. I just don't get it. That's the contradiction. Like, stand on a stance, please. Nene needs, again, a show called Nene Needs. Nene needs to stand in something without contradicting herself. Let's see. Kim is supposed to be a racist too, but Nene stands for her. Right. Nene reminds me of that rapper who is toxic to other women, but becomes a pseudo-feminist when she feels slighted by the industry. Yeah. The audacity that you think a black woman in entertainment can be overpaid is wild. Hater. We have a Nene fan in here. She, you know what? She thought Candy was overpaid. Did you remember that? She said that too. Let's roll that footage. She said Candy was overpaid. Another black woman. Do you agree with that? Hi, hater. And look, come on, haters. Come on. I'll highlight you too. I think she watches the show like we do on social media. Out of 15 years, I have never been like, let me catch the episode later, but let me see what Chris, Alex, or Spiller Boy has to say. Well, thank you. Kenya needs a better adversary. Let's see. Now I want to see Nene and Marlo battle each other, but she says she still has a relationship with Marlo. That's another thing. They still fighting over Bolo. That's my problem with the current season right now. Like, why are we going back to season 13, which was the worst? Is it the RHOA women who aren't bringing it this season, or is it the producers and editors? The editing is terrible on this show. I would say a little bit of both. A little bit of both. Shots fired. You know it's bad when they have to dig in the crates of past seasons to have something to talk about. Oh, were you talking about Candy? Well, my apologies. I thought you were talking to me. I thought you was calling me a hater and saying that I thought that Nene was being underpaid or something like that. Okay, my bad. My bad. My bad. You know, I got to be on defense sometimes. I'm sorry. You weren't talking about me. Okay. All right. Let's see. Nene also said Kenya was coming for her check, and Kenya called her out for saying Candy was the highest paid. So yeah, like I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, we see each other. We see each other. My bad. My bad. About the part-time feminist rapper, Chris. Who remembers keeping it real with Nene? Oh my God, we have 300 people in the chat. Oh my God, that deserves nipple. I'm kidding. Anyway, like new people in the chat, I remember I used to say when I was on live, if I get 200 people, I'll show nipple or something. But yeah, 300 people. All right, cool. Well, we're 32 minutes in. I'm just gonna go through the highlights of the interview if you're just joining. So then we get on her celebrity friendship with Wendy Williams. I can't wait to talk about this with Alex, but she had a talk show in the works, which we all know, that was going to be produced by Debmar Mercury. Once her and Wendy fell out, she found out her talk show wasn't happening, and she said she was blackballed for a long time, and her projects kept getting canceled, happening multiple times. Now, I agree with this. Like, I didn't agree with how Wendy was treating Nene, like that girl over there, but it was a relationship I think Nene wanted. Excuse me, I had to belch. It's a live show, y'all. I think Nene and Wendy benefited from that relationship because, you know, Wendy would talk about the Housewives. Side note, I missed the Wendy Williams show, FYI. But, you know, talking to Nene, she would have the tea, you know, everything that goes on behind the scenes. And with Nene, she could say, oh, I know Wendy Williams. You know, they would be going out. And I liked them as friends. But, you know, Wendy. Wendy is a self-saboteur too, low key. But, you know, all prayers to Wendy. Hoping she, I don't know, I hope she gets it together because the podcast didn't happen. Didn't happen. But yeah, like we all remember that. Like, of course, I can totally see Wendy petty ass stopping Nene's bag. Cause as soon as Nene called her Wendell or Wendell, like that it was a wrap. Like she was, I'm sure Wendy went to Debmar Mercury and was like, her or me, and was just sitting back. Let's see. This is a good point. There's similar personalities, yes. And isn't Wendy Williams a Cancer? A Cancer and a Sag? Oh my God. I'm not even going to read that. Yeah, I think Kenya wants to have a more positive image of her looking back. Well, she did it to herself. She came on Housewives as a villain. And maybe that stopped her bag on, you know, acting roles and stuff like that. But it is what it is. I mean, she's a reality star now. She made her bed. Let's see. Wendy said from back in the 80s till now, she never wanted friends. That's why she's alone now. Nene better take notes. That's true. Like, you know, the business that Wendy's in, I don't know, she wasn't loyal to anybody. She wasn't loyal to anybody but her family, her son. Do you agree they're trying to make Sheree the anchor, but it doesn't work for Sheree because she doesn't have any get up and go about herself? I agree with that when Nene said that. She made a good point. Like Nene, she made some points, but again, it was under a pile of contradictions and bullshit. Nene threw a wrench in her likability when she told that joke and had to be kicked off the Escape tour. Was it the Escape tour? It was it? It was some tour that she was on with Candy. Maybe it was. But yeah, I think we all know what happened with Wendy. That wasn't any new tea, but I guess she confirmed it there. She thinks she should be bigger than Kim Kardashian, if not, the same level as Kim Kardashian. So let's break this down, y'all. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all think Nene should be as big as Kim Kardashian had she played the game with Bravo? And if she had a Candy Burst mindset, do you think she would have been big as Kim? I think it's two different lanes. She also said that she was out before Kim Kardashian. Shout out to Denver from lovebscott.com. Like he said that actually Kim Kardashian, like the Keeping Up with the Kardashians came out in 2007. RHOA came out in 2008. Now, if anybody wants to dispute that, then yeah, let me know in the comments. But they said Kim K was before Nene. And also someone else brought up that how are you going to compare yourself to Kim Kardashian when she already had the privilege and she already knew celebrities and stuff like that. She had that world around her already. Like, she already knew the Hiltons, didn't she? Like, Nene, like, I don't know. Also, one of my friends, I wanted them on here. Shout out to, well, I'm not sure if you want your name said, but he said that, Kim Kardashian, the difference between Nene and Kim was, and this isn't my words, y'all, even though he made a point. Like Kim Kardashian, like she was seen as aspirational. These white folk, they saw Nene as Kiki. They saw her as a Kiki and a jester, if you will, but not aspirational. And I'm like, ooh. Oh, y'all said it here already. Nene is hood famous. Like, and I would say like she made the whites laugh. She did. Like, I don't think anybody like Kim Kardashian, it was a whole different type of admiration that she had. Like, I don't know. Nene, she was entertaining. I don't even think look, I still don't think Kim Kardashian is entertaining. I don't even think she's interesting. I don't think she's interesting, but a lot of people saw Kim Kardashian as aspirational. Let's see. It's funny that she said Wendy should have a couple of friends she doesn't talk smack about, but she literally was smearing everyone, including her friend Marlo, in the same interview. Sheree never had much of a personal story. She's a drama starter and group scene housewife like Lisa Rinna. And we love them for that, but they are not anchors of the franchise. That is very true. 2007 versus 2008, Kim already had a sex tape. You're right. Kim grew up with the Jackson sons. Exactly. Like, how you going to compare yourself to Kim Kardashian? Now, I do think Nene should be bigger than what she is, but that's because of Nene. Nene, not the powers that be. Nene Leakes. Nene. Girl, hell no. And that's Nene's problem. She is so worried about what everyone else doing has that she cut open her goose to get to the golden egg. Now check that. Oop, I agree with your friend. Like, yeah, when he said these white people see you as a jester, I was just like, ooh. Oh, wait, Candy is hood famous too. Oh, wait a minute. I thought Candy was worldwide. I thought she was worldwide. The ghetto. There's no comparison between Nene and Kim K. Quiet as it's kept, Nene should have taken notes from Candy and Bethany on how to build a brand. Now check that. Okay. Y'all are here tonight. We are here tonight. Like again, I found the interview. Well, the interview was hard for me to get through, but entertaining on a scale of 1 to 10. It was a 6. I would say a 6. Like the interview wasn't trash, and I'm talking about Carlos and Nene. Not a courtyard jester. Worldwide. Thank you, Andrea. I think Andrea is my mod. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell. We got over 300 people here. Oh, and while I have y'all here, I heard that Tory Lanez, his trial date, not the trial date, I think it's the sentencing date. It's August 7th, so Monday. So be here Monday, y'all. Be here Monday. How did you feel? Oh, Carlos is a jester too. Oh, we know that. We know that man is a clown. How did you feel about the crying? Oh, we're getting to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm just going in order, y'all. So yeah, she called Giselle, Robin, and Claudia starless. That whole starless conversation that they had. Portia has star potential. Kenya was a star, and she thinks Candy is a supporting star. And Phaedra is the more of an entrepreneurial star than a TV star. Did y'all agree with that? I really want to know that. Who said that? Who said that? I really want to know that. Oh, that was your girl from Flavor of Love during the reunion. I want to know that. I really want to know that. Yeah, so is Giselle the star of Potomac? I feel like it's more of an ensemble cast over there. Like, cause I think you could take Giselle off and it'll still be a show. Like the show will still thrive. Karen Huger, is she a star? When I think of Potomac, I do think of Karen and Giselle. So that's another thing. Like, what are we defining as a star? Because when I think of, let's just go back to Housewives franchises. Like, who do you think of when you think of Beverly Hills? Lisa Vanderpump, Kyle Richards. Off the bat, those two. Like the first two names you think of, Jersey, Teresa. Maybe Melissa Gorga, maybe, but definitely Teresa. That's the only name you're going to hear. Teresa is a star. I don't like her, but she's a star. New York, Bethany, Ramona, stars. Well, that fucking, sorry, I mean the curse, but Lord. I hate to even admit it, but Ramona, she's peak villain, peak housewife villain of all time. And who am I missing? Potomac, I said Giselle and Karen. Am I missing one? Well, OC, y'all know I don't watch that. Salt Lake City, I don't even want to give Jen Shaw the credit. I feel like I'm missing one. But anyway, let's see. If Giselle left Potomac, it collapsed. Okay. The other women need her as a common enemy / sparring partner. The best season of RHOA for me was the Candy-led season with those accusations. Yeah, season 9. We'll get to that too, because I kind of agree with Carlos and Nene on the whole Phaedra and Candy mess. Nene really could have been a memorable star like Candy and Kenya, but she let her ego lead her and her life dragged her. A grade A evil white woman. I agree. But yeah, let's see. Her feud with Claudia. Okay, her feud with Claudia is her number one battle. So that was information we never heard before. And I appreciated Nene being that honest about it because Claudia was getting her together. And back then, I thought Nene won that fight. Like to this day, I still think Nene won. But Claudia put up a fight. She did put up a fight. How I feel about Claudia Jordan, it's the same. It's the same. I do think she needs to stop talking about Nene because Nene even clocked it because we saw Claudia even came after Nene during the interview. And then Nene in part 2 was like, oh yeah, Claudia, she loves talking about me. She loves talking about me. So Claudia, you're proving Nene right. It's giving kind of hater vibes because I don't think Nene talk about you like that. And y'all know I'm not on Nene's side for a lot of things, but with Claudia, I'm on Nene's side. But yeah, I can agree. I think that, you know, Claudia definitely gave Nene a run for her money. I think Kenya did too. I would put Kenya over Claudia, but I could see, you know, her point. They're interchangeable. Because that's why she was so threatened by Kenya. Because, you know, with Kenya, look, she was going there with Nene. She wasn't afraid. Candy wasn't afraid of Nene either. But Kenya, she didn't mind taunting Nene. I think that was the difference. Okay, we can differ. Claudia won. Nene 8, but she won. Put in the chat, who did y'all think won that battle? Nene or Claudia? I like Claudia over Portia. When you were my age and you had edges, spell bridesmaids. I hear a lot of bad about Claudia. What? I feel like anybody could leave Potomac and I would care not. You're going to give me a stroke reading that. But Kenya was putting a battery in Claudia's back. I agree. Claudia won. Claudia. Ooh, Claudia. Damn, Claudia. We got one Nene. Claudia. Oh, wow. Okay, y'all. Y'all are speaking on it. Even Nene couldn't deny how bad that Claudia dragon was. Okay. We, the viewers, won. That was great TV. Claudia, but she's still annoying. That part, I thought they were neck to neck, but I would give Nene like a little bit. I would just give her that. That Claudia, Cynthia, and Kenya team up at the reunion was lethal. Claudia, us was a smart girl. Okay. What about Marlo? Had Nene running? No. I meant like going toe for toe on the reading. Claudia would have won if she didn't react to the 304 reads. If she just kept her cool, it would have been a win. It looks like overwhelmingly y'all think Claudia won that battle, but okay. Let's see. She said, oh yeah, because I think I remember that season. Was it season 8 or season 7 that happened? Anywho, I think Demetria was in line to get the peach, and then she's the one who said that, oh, y'all gave the wrong girl the peach. You need to give her a peach, Claudia. So Nene loves to say that she was, you know, the person that was responsible for getting Claudia her peach. I guess Carlos confirmed that too. Like Nene was vouching for her. Let's see. Says besides Claudia, she also fought for Portia and Cynthia, which she did, but she also like said they should be fired too. So that kind of cancels that out, Nene. Carlos then asked her, what is her dream cast? She said her dream season 16 cast is Nene, Kim, Sheree. Oh, this is Carlos's Nene's Carlos's Dreamcast. Nene, Kim, Sheree, Kenya, Portia, Phaedra, and Candy. Okay, I agree with that. That would have been a good one. But again, there's the whole Phaedra thing. Candy's not going to come on with Phaedra. Nene's Dreamcast would be not her on it, but Portia, Candy, Marlo, Kenya, Drew, and would be down for Kim Zolciak. And then she said Manetta and Sonya can exit. She said only and some new blood can enter. Did y'all agree with those fantasy casting? That's the thing again. Like they have so much to say about Bravo, but what are they doing right now? They have so much to criticize the show. I don't know. It was just confusing to me. Let's see. Nene did look good though. I mean, over the blonde and the white nails, but it's not my head or hands. Candy and Phaedra not talking on camera was a huge missed opportunity. Yep, they talked about it, and I actually agree with that. Like they would have had monumental ratings if Phaedra came back, but Candy, like, she didn't want that to happen. Like she did not want to sit down with Phaedra, and I still think there's time. Like I still think maybe, and we could go back to this when it happens, but I do think like if Candy wants those eyeballs, like I think she get 1 million views on her channel if she had to sit down with Phaedra. Like maybe mediated too with somebody there, or Andy Cohen can do it. Like Bravo can capitalize on that and have a one-on-one sit down, an hour interview with Phaedra and Candy face to face. I think that would be a really good idea, Candy, if you're watching. But I don't know. I don't think Candy wants that because they're both on Bravo right now. So Andy can make that happen. Like he can one up, Carlos King's interview with Nene by having that Candy and Phaedra sit down. Like pay Candy what she wants. Give her $1 million to sit down with Phaedra. That's what I'm saying. I'm probably going to tweet that, y'all, or clip this and send it to Andy. If anybody wants to do that, pay Candy $1 million to sit down with Phaedra. I guarantee you that will be must-see TV. Must-see TV. Anyway, then let's talk about the crying. Oh my God. So I think Carlos was just telling Nene like all that she deserves, and we started together, Nene. We started together, and I just want to say, like, if it wasn't for you, like, I just want to see that. I just want to see that. Like, all that was missing was Candace's, triangle Kleenex. I was like, what is going on here? And then Nene was wiping away her dry tears or whatever, her invisible tears. I was like, what is this? It was so cringe. Like, why are you crying? Like, you would have thought, I don't know. It was funny to me. Like, what did y'all think? Very strange. Chris, you remind me to drink more water. I know, right? Because Carlos King. Like, it's hard to get that on a dry mouth. Carlos gave no pushback. He never addressed her calling Andy a cocaine addict. That's what I want to know. Like, what happened to the hard-hitting questions? Like, again, if you're just entering the chat, I said that the question that I wanted her to answer was, do you think Andy Cohen's a racist? Do you think he's a cokehead? And then someone brought up that Jason Lee interview she did 2 years ago where she said there was some house ninjas on the set that was like conspiring to get her off the show. Now, was she talking about Housewives, like her cast members? Like, you calling your cast members house ninjas? Really? I don't know. She's so self-serving. I was getting emotional watching them get emotional. Really? Really? Interesting. I couldn't take it seriously. Nene, it was just us together. We didn't know what we were doing. I just wanted to say that I love you. I love you. Nene Leaks. I love you, Nene. Nene, just give it up and go on down to Zeus. She would go to Carlos King before that. Nene and Phaedra will never answer the questions we want them to. They can't be honest. I agree with that. Oh, she did call her that. Okay. I was wondering if she confirmed it. Like, Nene is just so self-serving. Her and Bethany, honestly. Same. The whole interview was Carlos's way of trying to help Nene get her job back. I agree. Let's see. Both Nene and Carlos feel the fans were robbed. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was the interview. Let me see what else I have. Oh, okay. At the end of the interview, they were Carlos was saying, "Oh, well, Nene, would you come on Love and Marriage Atlanta?" And even Nene said, "Well, I'm not married and I'm not in love." So, I mean, there's that. But she did say that, well, I could be the single person on the show. There's always one single person. And I'm like, okay, well, do that. Like, you and Carlos, y'all do y'all's own show in Atlanta. Y'all get like the stars that you want, on the show with you. And let's see what happens. And he can have his own show. I'd be down for that. I'd try to watch. Because again, all Nene needs, you hear that? Nene needs. All Nene needs is an ensemble cast to play off of. But watch, if Nene works for Carlos King again, they're going to be enemies again. Because if something don't go her way, because at the end of the day, he's a snake-ass producer. He's a snake-ass producer who wants eyeballs and will do anything to get those eyeballs. And I think Nene forgot about that. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I think that's what would happen. Nene also said that she would go back to Housewives for the fans. But I'm like, in what universe? In what multiverse is that going to happen? Yeah, it looked like Nene got Carlos begging for her job back. Right. I think it would be smart for Nene to do that so we can stop revisiting the star power of Real Housewives of Atlanta cast members. In her defense, there are no networks that aren't racist. Well, true, but you want to go back to that network. Nene, the door is closed. By the way, the Nene interview was the highest viewed interview on his YouTube. Yeah, it's almost at 1 million views. I mean, it was a good interview overall. I'm not a complete hater. I'm just saying it was an interview full of contradictions and ass kissing. Oh, right. If they go in her closet, she going back for the money and clout. Nene wants to be a boss, but is always throwing out subliminal messages like a coward. Stand on it, sis. This. Always with the subliminals. A Sag, just like Nicki Minaj, they always try to throw out those subliminals, but they never want to just say, what's on their mind. Like, say it or keep it on the playground. I find it interesting that no matter what, none of these girls can keep Kandi Burrugh's name out their mouth. I'm on your motherfucking brain, bitch. Like Carlos with the t-shirt. Oh, right. Subliminal thievery, because we all know where allegedly came from. I can't believe he's selling. Oh, I almost said the N-word. I can't believe he's selling allegedly t-shirts and mugs. I cannot believe that. Oop, 1 second. I'll be right back. Whew. Sorry, y'all. Ooh, had to blow my nose. Anyway, enjoyed the live, Chris. By the way, banging X-Men shirt. Oh, thank you. I got this during the pandemic, and it was so cute. But yeah, like also it was something else. Oh, Carlos at the end was like, "Oh, Nene, let's me and you go on tour, and we could just talk." I mean, I would go just so if there's if there's a Q&A, then you be forced to answer my question because I still want to know from Nene, does she think Andy Cohen's a racist? So yeah, maybe that's a good idea, like for her and Carlos to go on tour together since they're the winning team. Like, please, like if y'all know so much about the franchise of Atlanta and what needs to happen to make it better, do something. Do your own show. But yeah, they're crying because they both want to be back on Bravo. Both of them. And that's just my opinion. Oh yeah, we're going to BravoCon. So look, I don't think Carlos King's going to be there. I think he's just going to be like reporting live from outside or something. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Vegas. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But again, Carlos won't acknowledge me or Alex, but he knows about me through Monique because Monique retweeted me about how I sound like him. But yeah, y'all, that was the interview. I've been on here for an hour and 2 minutes now. We almost have 400 people in here. Shout out to y'all for supporting the ninja and watching the video. In the comments, let me know what you thought about the interview. All throughout it, y'all been telling me what y'all think. But if you're just watching this for the first time, speak on it. And don't worry, Candy, I'm not going to steal that. I'm just saying that for fun. But yeah, follow me on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, people. Just hit the subscribe. You ain't got to watch all my videos. Just subscribe to a ninja. And then if you do subscribe, just hit the notification button and if you like my videos. They got too much time on their hands to be talking about yesteryears. Right. I think I said it in my last video, part 1 of the interview. No, I love you. You're the only one who makes sense about New Jersey and about Nene. Oh, thank you. Nah, his voice is annoying. Yours isn't. Okay, well, I'll be rambling and shit like that. I'm trying to think anything else that's coming up. My New York review's coming up. I'm gonna do Sonia and Luann again. What else? I have one more video on the Patreon. I got to do one video for the Patreon. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, y'all, this was fun. But can we acknowledge how good Nene looked? Much better than the current cast of at the reunion. Yeah, Nene looked great. She looks great these days. And, I'm sure she can do some one-liners. And it's possible for her to be back on reality TV, just not on NBC Bravo. So, that's what she needs to do. Nene needs. But yeah, y'all, I'm about to head out. Do I want to do a review tonight? Nah. I don't know. I'm about to get on live on YouTube and not live on YouTube. I'm about to get on live on Instagram and make me some black and catfish or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna see y'all later. This was fun. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next